Greetings Internet, and welcome back to another Oxleymations presentation. As well as, if it wasn't already obvious by the title down below, today we're going to be taking a look at another candy bar, which makes this another episode of Fun Size! That's right, we're taking another bite of something delicious, I hope. So as I just mentioned, and as the title should lead you to believe, we are going to be taking a look at the new Whozeewhatzit bar. Not sponsored. Actually, let me take it. Okay, this is by Hershey's, so not sponsored by Hershey. Now, for a lot of you who may be wondering what a Whozeewhatzit bar is, it's kind of the candy bar sequel to a popular candy bar from the 80s, I believe, that's still around to this day, called the Whatchamacallit. And as for what the Whatchamacallit is, it is, quote, deliciously crispy according to the packaging, and it's made with chocolate, peanut-flavored crisps, and caramel. This bad boy's got 120 calories, and this particular bar is good until November of this year, 2021. Now, we're not really here to talk about this bar, although I might do a kind of a flavor comparison with these two. But we are here to talk about the Whozeewhatzit. Now let's take a look at this one. This is chocolate with chocolatey crisps and peanut butter candy bar. And peanut butter candy bar. It's got 130 calories. And this one is crunchy and creamy, according to the wrapper. Now let's take a look at the back here. This one is also best by November of 2021. Apparently the candy bar, this one, was named by someone who goes by the name Lisa M. Good thing it's not Lisa S, or we'd all think that The Simpsons had something to do with this thing. Huh? No? No? Okay, whatever. Again, for the calorie conscious, the Whozeewhatzit has 130 calories, and the Whatchamacallit has 120. The two that I have were also register pickups, kind of like with that Kit Kat from last time. But these, unlike that Kit Kat, are both king size. And also I just realized that the thing with these two is they took the Whatchamacallit bar with the king size thing on the end, and they inverted the colors. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I'm cringy, I know. So with that said, let's get this show on the road, shall we? I almost dropped the Whatchamacallit on the floor. I would have been so upset, and somehow while juggling those, I flipped them upside down. They were like this when I started, now they're like this. Anyway, just gonna set those down for a minute. Let myself relax a little after you're doing all that physical activity, you know. Let the body calm back down, get the heart rate back under control, all that exercise, you know. A body like this doesn't happen overnight. No, it takes years of stupidity. Sorry, sometimes I even make myself laugh. Okay, so we're going to start with the original, the Whatchamacallit. I haven't had one of these babies in a long time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I might not have ever had one of these. I believe I may have had it, but don't quote me on that. And these things had an interesting kind of advertising campaign behind them. They were very pop art and very odd. For your benefit, I'm going to throw a commercial from back in the day right here.
Thingamabob, gobbledygook, what's its face? Whatchamacallit, whatever it is, whatever it was, chocolatey chocolate. Whatchamacallit, how's it go? Wowzum do, chew gooey caramel. Whatchamacallit, doohickeys, you know what I mean, peanutty crispies. Chewy, chocolatey, crunchy. Oh. Too bad. It's good and Marie. More than a mouthful. It's whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit.
See what I mean? It's odd, isn't it? But it also makes you want one, which is what a candy bar commercial is supposed to do. Hell, it's what a commercial for anything is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you want the product. It's supposed to entice you, be like, hey you there. Yeah, you. Is your life boring? I thought so. Well, for your information, this candy bar is exactly what you need. The Whatchamacallit bar is going to make your life exciting. Yes, you. All you have to do is go down to your local grocer, pick this up off the shelf, pay them like $1, and eat this thing, and your life is going to be 110% better. Don't believe me? Try one for yourself. See what I mean? The new Whatchamacallit from Hershey. See, that's what those guys are supposed to do. I just came up with all of that right off the top of my head, and that... Let me know in the comments down below. What did you think of that? Was that pretty good? I think I did pretty good. Anyway, so without further ado and without further horse hockey, I'm going to open the packaging. And first things first, we're going to take a whiff. Ooh, very nice and chocolatey. The aroma of that reminds me of Easter, of all things. Just tearing open the box of that chocolate Easter bunny and then just going to town, like eating off the ears or the tail or wherever you would usually start off on your bunny. If you got a hollow chocolate one, that is. If you got a solid chocolate one, good luck, buddy. Alright, so I'm going to take our first bite. Very crispy. Let's all get a nice close-up of that inside. It's kind of like, you know those Nestle Crunch bars? It's like if you dipped one of those in some peanut butter. That is exactly what that tastes like. It's got that same kind of Rice Krispies crunch to it. It's got that same chocolate to it. Obviously. It's just, that is a little slice of something good. Alright, gonna set that down for a minute. Rinse my mouth real quick. Get that Whatchamacallit flavor out. Okay. Alright. So now that I've reacquainted myself with the flavor of Whatchamacallit, which is actually really good. It's a lot better than I remember it. Now we're going to step on over to the Whozeewhatzit bar. Now, for this one, I can't really say there's a whole lot different between the two. They just kind of inverted the colors. They added some, like, more dark reds to this one, and it's kind of got that that Kit Kat white color at the top. You know, from the package of a Kit Kat, that, like, Nike swoosh on the side of it. Again, not sponsored. It's about that color, isn't it? The yellowy spots, like down here by my thumb. Anyways, going to tear into this one now. And we're going to take a taste of the future of candy bars. I don't know if that's a slogan for these things. I'm just going to shut up and bite this now. Here we go. Okay. It's good. It's still quite good. One big difference between the Whozeewhatzit and the Whatchamacallit, I don't know if it's just this bar in particular, but it's a bit more dry. Like, if you look at the area that I bit off of this one, you can see where the caramel came out and kind of got strung along right up there on the top. This one doesn't have that. Oh, by the way, here's what this one looks like on the inside. There we go, got some light on there. This one is a different beast all its own. Let me just wrap this back up so I don't, it doesn't get stuff on it when I set it back down on the table. I'm going to take another little small, whoops, I just knocked off a crumb off of it. I'm going to take another nice little small bite off of this one and formulate my opinion a little better. Give myself a little time to think. Okay. Alright, I still like it. But I'm just trying to pinpoint what this reminds me of. Because it's still got that Nestle Crunch Bar crunch to it because of the Crispies in it. You know, the Crispies, as they like to call them. I'm not really getting a taste of the peanut butter. Because, I mean, the peanut butter is obviously in there. It's that stripe right there on the top is the peanut butter they're referring to. But it kind of gets overpowered by all the chocolate. Not that that's a bad thing. It's like the inverse of a Reese's Cup. You know, because with a Reese's Cup, you don't really taste the chocolate so much, even though that's like all over it. You get hit with that really sweet, savory peanut butter. And then the chocolate just kind of rides backseat. This one, chocolate takes the show. And peanut butter is just in the back like, how'd this happen? You know? So with that said, I'm going to pull the wrapper back up over this. Not because I don't like it, but because if I don't, I'm going to just continue to eat this on camera. And you guys are just going to be like, just stop. Just put it down. Stop. Just Oxleymations, put it down. And so I put it down. Okay. So this is going to be a 2-in-1. This was kind of unintentional. I was, just going to kind of compare these back and forth, but I just realized I've never done a Whatchamacallit candy bar review, so, whoopsie. Okay. So for the Whatchamacallit, that candy bar, I'm going to give out of 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. That is going to get a 7. I'm only giving it a 7 because, well, I'm not entirely sure why I'm giving it a 7. But that's why. Because it's a flavor combination that I've had before. And quite frankly, this is not a knock against the Whatchamacallit bar. Excuse me. This is not a knock against that candy bar. But I kind of feel that the Take 5 bars have done it better. And they've got pretzel in them. So that gets a 7. Which is still that is still a good score. It's still a good points. And as for the packaging and the wrapper that goes with it, that is an easy 9 all day. Because it's got like the Comic Sans, the pop, it's got like the comic book dots pointillism thing going on around, all this stuff. Yeah, there we go, all this stuff back here. The pop art style dots on it. So, on the whole, that gets a solid 16 from me all day. 16 out of 20. That one gets a 5 out of 5 stars. I don't care who you are. If you try that candy bar and you don't give it a 5 out of 5, that's your prerogative. Now, when it comes to the Whozeewhatzit bar, on the other hand, this one, unfortunately, because of my own personal preferences, that one gets a 6. No, put down the pitchforks, hear me out. The Whozeewhatzit only gets a 6 from me because, as a personal preference, I prefer the peanut butter flavor. I'm okay with chocolate. Chocolate is good, but peanut butter and chocolate goes better than chocolate and peanut butter, if that makes any sense. Like, I think that's part of the draw for me for the Whatchamacallit is it's got more of that peanut butter flavor. With the Whozeewhatzit, it's there, but it's hard for me to explain it. It's kind of like when you go to a friend's party, which is something I have very little experience with. It's kind of like when you go to a friend's party and you see all these people are there, and you see that one guy you want to hang out with, but you've got this other guy who you're buddy with, but they want to hang out with you a lot, and they just keep kind of pulling you away from that one person you want to hang out with a lot. That's the chocolate in the Whozeewhatzit. It's like, hey, peanut butter. Oh, and then here comes chocolate. Hey, dude, come on, let's go over here. We're gonna go over to the pool. We're gonna swim. Yeah, that's cool. Be with you in a minute. Hey, peanut butter. No, come on. We gotta go right now. That's the Whozeewhatzit. The Whatchamacallit is peanut butter and chocolate, just kind of hanging out, being buddy. The three of you are just going out, being buds, being cool dudes. With Caramel, he just happens to be there, and he's like, it's kind of the third wheel, but you want him to be there. You want that third wheel. The Whozeewhatzit, I already explained my thoughts on the Whozeewhatzit. That one's, it's strange, it's a new beast, and I like it, but I don't like it as much as the Whatchamacallit. Think of me what you will for that. So again, that one gets a 6, and the packaging, since they literally almost beat for beat copied the Whatchamacallit packaging with just some differences in the colorations and obviously difference in the name. The packaging is going to get a 7 from me. So on the whole, the Whozeewhatzit gets a 13. Wait, let me check my math. 7, 6. Yeah, gets a 13 from me. I need to double check myself because I know there's been a couple of videos in the past where even I've gone back and while I was editing, it's like, ooh, mathematics no worky today. Alright, so I'm still going to recommend this candy bar. I don't have anything against it. It's a good candy bar. It's trying its best. It's just not as big of a candy bar for me as it would be if it had, more of a Whatchamacallit thing going than a Whozeewhatzit. On that note, if you can find yourselves the new Whozeewhatzit bar, let me just kind of unmush the packaging a little bit. There we go. If y'all can find yourself this candy bar, by all means go out and try it for yourself. For all I know, you could be someone who actually likes the more chocolate than peanut butter ratio. This could be the candy bar for you. And you won't know until you try one for yourself. Although I would suggest not getting the king size. I mean, unless you really, really like this kind of candy bar, or you've got a friend that you can split it with in case you don't love it. But on that note, wait, what was I saying? Right, sorry. All the sugar is getting to me and I'm starting to get funny in the head. So, as I was saying, I think that's the third or fourth time I've said that now. If you can get yourself one of these candy bars, the Whozeewhatzit, I suggest, or not suggest, go out and try out this candy bar. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good candy bar. It's not my favorite, but that's a pretty hard thing to topple my favorite candy bar. So with that said, before I go getting any more weird in the head, if you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon to be notified of future uploads once you are subscribed. Share this video with your friends. If you think they'll like it, even if you don't know, share it anyway. You could be surprised. And with all of that said, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and all other configurations of being, this is your old buddy Oxleymations saying, Cowabunga, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Later.